Yo, what's up? My name is Ashley. Welcome to the channel. Pretty much what had happened was I complain all the time on Instagram. I just go on my story and complain about whatever's going on in my day. A lot of uncalled for things happen to me on a daily basis, almost so much so that it's like I'm getting pranked. Like, it's like Ashton Kutcher is punking me. Seriously? I could write a novel on how much just weird things happen to me. I just wanted to make a YouTube video instead of Instagram videos. I think it makes more sense. Hey guys, just wanted to let you know that this little hair sticking out, yeah, I notice it. I don't like it. You know, I wish I could edit it out, but there's nothing I can do. So enjoy anyway. But anyways, I'm gonna talk about something that happened to me the other day. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted like a little bit about this. I thought that I could definitely delve a little bit deeper into this thing that happened to me the other day. And it was just me being like, are you kidding, you know? About a week ago-ish, I got a new job. Pretty cool. Just wanna shout out myself. They wanted me to do a drug test. That's cool. Yeah, you wanna make sure I don't do crack cocaine, that's fine. Like, I'll do it. I had to do it downtown Orlando. And every time I went to look up this lab, I couldn't find it anywhere on Google. I searched the address, the name of the lab did not show up. I tried to call, see what their business hours were, just some bad signs, you know? But it's fine. I had to go to this place within 3 days-ish, 3 to 5 days. So the first day, obviously I didn't go because I'm lazy, didn't get it done. Second day, I set my alarm for 8 a.m. in the morning. 8 a.m. in the morning, who am I? Woke up 11 sharp, baby, ready to go. I didn't leave my house until noon. You know, staying on schedule. Then I realized that I had to print out a document that they sent to me over email. I thought I could just show it on my phone. It's 2019, people, come on. So I had to go to the computer lab, print it out. When I come outside, it's pouring. So I was like, finally get downtown. I couldn't find a parking spot, so I just parallel parked. Side note, I wasn't even driving my car. My car's been having a lot of problems recently, so I had to be driving my family's car. Like, it's a whole story, but I was borrowing a car from my dad, pretty much. So I was like,
boy, if I get ticketed or towed, then I'm gonna be in some real trouble.
But I didn't care, so I just parked it. It's fine. So I ran upstairs. The lab was on the second floor of this building. I go in, there's a woman talking on her cell phone, and her cell phone is on speaker. I always find those people so funny. It's like, you really don't care if people hear you, huh? But I find the lab, it's like around the corner from where she was, and there's a few people standing there. So I stood and waited. It was 12:45 and they got off lunch at 1, and I was like,
yo, it would have been nice for you guys to put this information on the internet somewhere.
and the woman who had her phone on speaker comes up, and she's off the phone, whatever, and she's obviously waiting as well to go into the lab to get a urine test or whatever it may be, I don't know. When my own story is putting me to sleep. So like 15 minutes later, we hear the door unlock. We all, you know, go in and we have to sign in at this kiosk. I'm gonna call the woman who was on the phone lady. Phone lady, you know, she wasn't gonna handle this shit, you know, waiting in line for a kiosk. No! Speaker lady, I don't do that. I just said I was gonna call her phone lady. Now I don't remember which one I was gonna call her. She goes up to where the receptionist would be and she's just chilling, you know, like she's not doing anything. And the receptionist came over to her and was like,
Hi, did you sign in at the kiosk?
Speakerphone lady was like, no, not yet.
Please sign in at the kiosk before doing anything else.
Okay. Anyways, I was third in line, right? And let's just say I prepared for this thing, you know? I drank my water beforehand. I wanted to get in, get out, be done. That's it. So yeah, I had to pee. I literally had to do it as soon as I got there, but I thought that I would be in and out. I was wrong. Didn't know all this information as soon as I got in, so at first I was just like, what is taking so long? I found out that the receptionist was the only woman working. Why would a place that does drug testing only have one person on duty at a time? I also found out they only had one bathroom. One. City of Orlando, hello, are you there? Like, that's ridiculous. Can I just pee in a cup and leave it with you and like, see you later? Like, you can just have my pee, take my pee. If I'm just gonna pee in a cup, can't I just do it in like a closet, you know? Who was it that did that? It was Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish peed in a cup in a closet one time because she thought the doctor was pointing at the closet, but she was pointing at the bathroom, and so she peed in the closet. And all I could think about was that, you know? So time passes. Again, I was just trying to be in and out 15 minutes. Something you need to know about me is I had like this big talk, like I'm like, I need to be in and out 15 minutes, baby, no excuses. But then on the outside, I'm just like, no, you're okay, you're good. No, you're good, no, you're okay, no, oh, no, I'm sorry, So obviously, I wasn't gonna say anything about being there 20 minutes while I waited for an old woman to pee. So it seems like they're doing like a person by person basis, and this is when I start to realize, you know, it's one person working. She says that she's doing blood tests on some people, so she has to do a urine test and a blood test on them. So me being the efficient thinker that I am, I'm like, oh, she's gonna just do the urine test first because that'll get people in and out. I was wrong. I was the opposite of correct, actually. So it didn't matter which place in line I was in. Even though I was third in line, I was gonna be one of the last ones. And there was only like maybe 7 of us, so it wasn't like the end of the world, but still, when it's one person doing it, it takes a minute. It's like, I don't know, probably 1:30 at this point. Keep waiting. Then she gets to the urine test, and it's me and the other kid who was second in line. At this point, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna think like her. She usually does the opposite of what is expected. So since I thought she was gonna do urine test first, but she did blood test first, what was the opposite of what I thought he was gonna go first because he was second in line, I was third in line. So actually I would go first because in her mind, she's thinking the opposite of what I'm thinking. So I was like, yes, I'm gonna go first. Guess who goes first? The other guy. I don't know if this happens a lot. Y'all gotta let me know if you've ever done a drug test before. Let me know if you've had to sit and wait for an hour, because that's what ended up happening. Not the biggest loss of all time, obviously, but it is just annoying. So finally she gets to me. I'm thankful. She's being very strict with me, you know. I bet she's like on a script. She said, this is what you're gonna do. She was like, pay attention. She's just standing, right? She's just standing. Hi. I am right in front of her in like this little room. Please wash your hands with warm water and soap in the sink over there. And I'm like, okay, so I go and wash my hands. She's like behind me. So I grab a paper towel, dry my hands. She goes, fully dry your hands. Okay, I'll just grab another paper towel then, like, you know, giggle a little bit. She's like hard faced. She's like, So I grab a paper towel. I said, she's dry. Please grab a plastic cup from the bin. I'm gonna need you to go into that bathroom and you need to just pee in the cup. Do not flush the toilet. Do not rustle around in the trash can. Do not wash your hands. Just pee in the cup and then come out when you're done. And I will let you know what's next. So I was like, all right, am I going to jail? Like, what is this? So all I did, peed in the cup. I did not pee any more than what needed to be peed. There was like a little line on it. Peed right to the line. I had to sign a few forms. And she was like, you're good to go, thank you. I just grabbed my stuff and I left. So I'm driving away and I hadn't eaten anything that morning, and at this point it's almost 2, so I'm starving. I didn't have a chance to have my coffee that morning, so I went to the Dunkin' Donuts. The place to be. I go in, I order my drink, I order a donut, like I was like living, you know? And then I go outside, call my mom, tell her what happened. She's like laughing at me. I'm like,
please don't laugh at my misfortune.
Take a sip of my coffee. It has no sugar. Go back inside, get my sugar, go back to the car. I was like, if one more little thing happens to me, I'm gonna punch someone. Like, now I can say this story with total chill vibes, you know, it was a few days ago, I'm all good now. But in the moment, I was like, I'm this close to running away and never coming back because I'm so annoying. I was about to pee my pants for an hour, and I was waiting to pee in a cup. So I'm like popping off to my mom. I popped off to Instagram. I said, you know, my life is a joke. This sounds so dramatic. And it is, I know. I leave, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back to my house now. I'm gonna enjoy my Dunkin' Donuts coffee, my donut, laying in bed, doing absolutely nothing wrong. So I'm sitting at a red light and it turns green. I'm like, all right, let's go. The people in front of me slam to a stop. Couldn't really tell you why, like, because the car in front of them is turning. I don't really know what happens. And I bumped the person in front of me. Of course. I mean, it wasn't even, can you even call it an accident? I tapped them, you know? Like, first of all, like I said, this was a borrowed car. So I was like, oh, good, you know? Like, my parents are going to murder me. But also, I wasn't used to driving it. And so, could have something to do with it. In my eyes, wasn't a huge deal. The girl gets out of the car and she's like, are you serious? Are you serious right now? Are you serious? It's not that big of a deal. I like hear cars behind us honking, and then I told the girl, I said, can we just pull in over here? Because no damage was done, you know, I just lightly bumped her car. She didn't really pay attention to me. She just kind of moved forward. At first I thought she was driving away. We did not pull in where I thought we would, you know? We were like right at a turn, so I thought maybe we'd just pull over there. No, she went up to the next light. I was like, is she leaving? I was like, am I out? Am I free? Like, that's pretty cool. No, of course not. Got out of the car, and this girl is seriously gawking at her car, okay? So this is the first time I get a clear look at this girl, and she looks about 16. She's a young girl. She probably just got this car, or maybe it's her mom's car. Her friends are in the car with her. They're all about the same age. She's going, are you serious? Are you serious? At the back of her car, I got a good look at it. It had a little bit of scratches of paint, you know? I'll put in a visual because I got a picture. That's right, I got a picture. You thought I didn't get a picture? I got a picture. So I handed her my insurance information. I said, hey, don't worry about it. Just take a picture of this, you know, write it down, and I will cover it all. Don't you even worry. I don't think she even looked at me. She literally just took it and went, and like kind of walked off. I like fully apologized. I said, yeah, I know this is my fault. I bumped you. You didn't do nothing. Whatever. Although, if it could be argued that she did kind of slam on her brakes. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna let her have it. She was like, do we call the police? I don't know. Like talking to her friends, but not talking to me. So I could overhear her. So she walks off with my insurance information and like gets into the front passenger side of the car and like sits down. Her friend is like standing in front of her, like consoling her and, you know, whatever. I was like standing by my car, trying to like gauge the situation, like what is happening, like are we good, are we leaving, like what's going on. I see her friend walk over to the main street and she says, yo, we're on such and such street. I was like, is she calling the police? And she said, yeah, I think she is. Even though I just gave her the address of where we're at, I just think she's calling the police. Eventually I see the girl put down her phone and she's obviously done talking. So I decided to do the most boss thing that I could do in the moment. Assert my dominance. So I walked over to her and I said, can I have my insurance card back? She still had it. And she was like, yes. I think that was the only time she talked to me the whole time. So I took it, walked back to my car, closed the door, turn up Don Broco, drink my coffee, eat my donut in a silent rage. Well, no, I was kind of singing along, you know. You know how it is. So she called the police. I was thinking to myself, you know, is the cop even gonna show up? Because when she called, she probably, I don't know, told the truth, and they were like, why would we come? You know, it's kind of a waste of time. Whatever, a cop finally pulls up. She's standing outside of her car, and so is her friend, and they're like being all friendly, and I was like, yo, hold up, you don't get to be friends with him? Are you kidding me? You're the one wasting his time. I want to be his friend. Like, rude? You're not the nice one. No, you're the sneaky one. I'm the nice one. He got their side of the story. I heard her say, I don't know if she wasn't paying attention or if I don't know. He eventually walks over to me and is like, okay, just tell me what happened. And I said, we were at a red light, it turned green, we started moving, we stopped moving really quick, and I tapped her. He was like, okay, I'll be right back, I'm just gonna file it really quickly. So he went to his car. If you know what it's like to be pulled over, it's gonna take a little while. So it took him a hot minute, like honestly a little bit longer than I've ever had to wait for a cop. He finally comes back, and I was like, he's probably gonna go to her first. He came to me first, thank the Lord. This is what he said, and I quote. Actually, I don't quote. I don't want to go to jail or to be sued or anything, but this is along the lines of what he said. Okay, so I'm not gonna give you a ticket because, you know, it's a very minor accident. Honestly, it's kind of a useless report, but you know, had to be done, so you're all good, and you're all good to go. I said, where have you been all day? Where have you been all day? To tell everyone that I went up to that everything that I'm going through is a useless report, and roll your eyes about anything that anyone says to me that's unnecessary. That just summed up my whole day. Kind of a useless report. Literally, if I can recall anything from the conversation we had, it was him saying this was a useless report and rolling his eyes. That is straight from his mouth, straight from his mouth. So I was like, I get to leave. As I'm passing by her car with the cop, I didn't do this on the outside, but on the inside, I'm like, suck it. So for the rest of the day, I refused to leave my house. I put a blanket around me and I said, nope, I am way too embarrassed. If I leave the house again, something else will happen to me, so I'm good. I haven't heard from the girl, to be completely honest with you. Haven't heard anything. Thank you guys for watching. I really enjoyed doing this instead of my usual Instagram story bitch sessions, you know? Yeah, I'm sure I'll talk to you guys soon about something else that pisses me off. But yeah, have a good day. Bye.